Today we're taking a look at the Poetic cases for the Samsung S23 Ultra. I reached out to Poetic to send over the S23 Ultra cases for this review. I wanted to check out the case construction, the build quality, and give my opinions on durability and overall value. Let's start out by taking a look at the Spartan case first. Of the 4 cases that Poetic sent over, I think this is the beefiest, most ruggedly built, and aggressive looking option. This case features a main case backing with 2 interlocking screen frame options. You can choose a built-in screen protector or an open frame, in case you wanted no screen protector or to use your own aftermarket tempered glass screen protector. Since both frame options interlock with the main case, this will form a very strong connection between the front and the back of the case. It's very unlikely that these type of interlocking cases are going to split or break when the phone is dropped, so it should provide very good protection. The Spartan case features a raised bezel or lip at the top and the bottom of the case, which is going to prevent the screen from actually touching a flat surface. Since the lip on the top and the bottom go out to the sides of the phone, this means that no matter which angle that you drop the phone and it actually impacts a flat surface, the screen won't touch. The screen will essentially be lifted about 2 to 3 millimeters off of the flat surface. There's extra reinforced material on the corners of this phone case. This is going to help the case absorb fall damage when you drop your phone. It also looks like the sides and the top and the bottom are also sufficiently thick enough to support the phone from impacts. The button feel for the screen and volume was good. It wasn't too hard and it wasn't too soft either. The USB-C cover flap has a decent thickness and it looks strong enough to hold up over time. It does seal relatively well, so it looks like it's going to keep out dust and liquid. It was relatively easy to plug in the USB-C cable for charging, so that's also good. The speaker and microphone cutouts are a pretty decent size. I didn't have any issues with sound or my voice being picked up by the microphone. The S Pen was ejectable and reinsertable with ease. The opening for the S Pen was definitely large enough, and I like to see that. The material used around the S Pen ejection area was reinforced, so the case will still have rigidity in this corner. The sides of the case are nice and grippy thanks to the side panel design and the material on the back side helping to form to the shape of your hand. This case does have a kickstand, which is always a nice feature to have, especially for viewing videos vertically or horizontally. The back side of this case looks aggressive in my opinion. I like the textured design elements. I really like the built-in screen protector option that's included with this case. I would definitely run this on my phone, and I have used similar cases in the past. The material does seem thick enough to hold up to your everyday type of scratches. In testing the fingerprint reader, I had no issues with my fingerprint being read, even though I did not rescan or relearn my fingerprint. Poetic thought ahead in terms of the fingerprint scanner, and there's a special material over the screen where your thumbprint would go. Alternatively, you can opt for the frame without a built-in screen protector for this case. You're still going to receive the benefits of having a front and back interlocked case, but you have the option to either not use a screen protector at all or choose an aftermarket one, either one made of plastic or probably more ideally made from tempered glass. In terms of camera protection, the thickness of the camera cutout region is relatively high. This is easily going to provide a couple of millimeters worth of clearance between the cameras and any flat surface. So overall, I really liked the Spartan case, and this is actually the type of case that I would typically run on my phone. Moving on, we have the Revolution case. Similarly to the Spartan case, this is a more protective case option with a bit of a smoother look and feel versus the Spartan case. This case also features a backing with 2 interlocking front side options, a frame without a screen protector and a frame with a screen protector. Since both of the frame options interlock, just like the Spartan did, this case will also make for a very strong assembly. Again, it'll be very unlikely for any of the interlocking cases to split open when dropped. The Revolution case also features raised bezels at the top and the bottom of the case. This is going to help prevent the screen from touching when the phone is dropped. The screen won't touch a flat surface. The bezels or lips do seem about 1, maybe 2 millimeters shorter than the Spartan case, but in my opinion, they're still more than enough. The Revolution case does not have the extra material or reinforcements around the corners. Instead, the corners are molded, so this makes them a little more rigid, but they are still somewhat flexible, and this will help absorb fall damage. From looking at the sides as well as the top and the bottom, these are all definitely sufficiently thick enough to help support impacts, even though they don't have that extra material on the corners. The button feel for the Revolution case is basically the same as the Spartan case. I think it's just the right amount of resistance. The USB-C flap, the speaker, and mic cutouts, as well as the S Pen area, are basically the same as they were on the Spartan case. I think they're all appropriately sized and very usable without much issue. The sides of the case are smooth but not slippery, and they do have some ridges towards the top and the bottom. The backside of the Revolution case features a smoother, more subdued design. It's definitely less aggressive than the look that you're getting with the Spartan case. You may or may not like the aggressiveness of the Spartan case, and you might want to opt for the Revolution if you want a more sleek looking case. And the Revolution has a kickstand as well. Just like the Spartan case, the Revolution has the built-in screen protector frame and the open frame. In terms of the built-in screen protector, the material looks and feels like it's just the same as the Spartan. The thickness is ideal. It's definitely going to protect against the everyday type use scratches, and just like the Spartan, the Revolution's fingerprint reader section did not impede the sensor from working, which is awesome. Just like before, you can opt for the open frame and either use no screen protector or supply your own. Again, I would definitely recommend a tempered glass screen protector. In terms of the camera protection on the Revolution case, very similar to the Spartan case, there is quite a bit of material outlining the cutout for the cameras. You're going to get at least 2 to 3 millimeters from the looks of it in terms of clearance if the phone were to fall and impact a flat surface. I also like the Revolution case. I think it's a little bit less aggressive than the Spartan, so if you don't like the look of the Spartan, but you still want a very good amount of protection for your phone, I would definitely consider the Revolution case. Next up, we have the Poetic Guardian case. This is very similar to the two previous cases, where you'll have interlocking frame options, but with an interesting twist. The backside of this case is actually clear. The backing on the Guardian is made from a thicker, clear plastic material. This will allow you to actually enjoy the color of your smartphone throughout its entire life. This is kind of a rare feature, and I know for me personally, almost all of the smartphones I have ever owned, I have only seen the original color once or maybe twice. The day I got the phone and the day I got rid of the phone. Just like the two previous cases, this one also has a interlocking frame with screen protector option and a frame without a screen protector. The Guardian also features raised bezels at the top and the bottom of the case. This is going to allow for 1 to 2 extra millimeters to make sure that your screen does not impact a flat surface when the phone is dropped. On this case, there is some extra reinforced material around each of the corners to help absorb fall damage. Overall, the Guardian case is a little bit more flexible than the previous larger or bulkier style cases, since the backing is not one solid, thick piece. The four sides are sufficiently thick enough to support impacts, very similar to the two previous cases. The button feel is basically exactly the same, a nice middle ground of resistance and clickiness. In terms of the USB-C flap, the speaker and mic cutouts, as well as the S Pen area, they're the same as the two previous cases. In my opinion of each of them were that they were very functional and made sense. I don't think that any of these customizations weaken the case rigidity. The sides of this case are nice and smooth. They aren't slippery, but they are smooth. The case was very easy to hold in my hand. This case does not have a kickstand like the two previous cases, but you are getting the ability to actually see the color of your phone. The Guardian has the same screen protector and open frame option. I tested both of them and found them to interlock just like the options before, and they were very strong. In terms of camera protection on the Guardian case, you do have a raised lip for the cameras to get them up and off of a flat surface. You're getting probably 1 to 2 millimeters worth of clearance here. In my opinion, the Guardian is a pretty nice case, very similar to the Spartan and the Revolution, but the real selling point here is that you get to see the original color of your phone. It's definitely still a protective case, but I do think that it's slightly less strong than both the Spartan and the Revolution cases. Lastly, we have the Poetic Neon case. This case is a bit lighter than all of the previous cases, and it features a 2-layer case design. There's a softer rubber or plastic type sleeve that actually goes on the phone body, and then this would actually slip into the protective, harder outer shell. There's no interlocking frame option or screen protector add-on included with this case, so you're going to have to choose if you want a screen protector at all, or if you want a thinner plastic one or a tempered glass screen protector. Again, I would always recommend a tempered glass screen protector for maximum protection. The neon case does have a slightly raised lip at the top and the bottom, but it's much shorter than the previous cases. The neon case is really designed for people who want a decent amount of phone protection, but have a higher priority towards minimizing the overall phone size. If you're looking for less bulk and a more freer phone case experience, this is the trade-off. You'll get a little bit less protection, but your case and the look of your phone in the case ends up being a little bit sleeker, ends up being a little bit thinner and lighter. If you go with this case, it really just depends on your usage and your preferences. In terms of the button feel, it was good. A little bit softer than the others, but I still liked it. On this case, there is no USB-C flap to protect against debris or liquid, but the cutouts for the speaker and the mic and the S Pen were all very good. I didn't have any issues with ejecting or inserting the S Pen here, so that was nice to see. In terms of the sides of the case, the top half of the case are a textured or rubber plastic type of material, and on the back side you have the hard shell. There are some grippy sections for holding the phone or setting it on an angled surface. If you want to slim down your S23 Ultra experience while still having some stylish phone protection, this is definitely the case for you. So there we have it, 4 options from Poetic. In terms of which case I would use, I always go for a little bit bulkier and a little bit heavier on the protection. I use my phone pretty much from 8 a.m. until probably about 2 a.m. So I would definitely classify myself as a power user. The more you use your phone, the more likely you are to probably drop it at some point in time. So I definitely don't mind trading off a little bit of the lightness and the sleekness of the neon case for something like the Spartan or the Revolution case. In fact, I'll probably settle on the Spartan case for my long-term testing. I'll be working on more case comparisons as well as some more screen protector comparisons. If you're interested in more content on the S23 Ultra, definitely get subscribed to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications. I'll have links to all of the cases that I reviewed here, as well as the S23 Ultra in the description below, so definitely check that out. Now that you know which case is my favorite, very curious to hear what case you would pick. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. Would you pick the beefier, aggressive looking Spartan case, or the Revolution case, which was still very protective but a little bit smoother looking? Or would you go for the Guardian so you can actually see your phone color? And then I definitely want to know who out there would be opting for the neon case, going for style and lightweight.